You know something I realized about doing this Minecraft series without a face cam? I could be butt-ass naked right now while I'm recording, because I don't have a webcam. Well, I have a webcam, I just can't get it to work. Well, I can't get OBS or Streamlabs to work. But anyway, welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today I'm in a particularly good mood. I don't know, just because I'll probably tell it later in a short. But no, I'll tell it in this video. But first, let's explain. There was another recording before this recording. I did it yesterday, and I decided not to upload it, because literally the only thing I did was fishing and fix the villagers. Oh shoot, my sword's broken now. I also just realized, what happened to my hoe? I did fishing, and that's about it. As you can see, I have a few enchanted stuff in my inventory. And that's about it. I'm gonna put some of these up here just so that they're safe. Or no, keep my bow. This I'll put here. So will this be and this too. So the villagers, they're currently in the room where I have the automatic furnace thing that smelts fish. This thing. Yeah, they're just currently laying in here. I got a mending villager and a fisherman. So yeah. And I'm not sure if you could hear it in the background. I should have checked the microphone to see if it was picking it up. But my dog was trying to jump on my bed. Isn't that right, Shagoose? Who's a good boy? I'm going to be recording for a bit, so he can just go to bed. Actually, I'll turn off my light so... I don't know. He just doesn't like to relax on my bed. He likes to relax on the couch, and I think he does that because then he has a... Or he's able to easily look out the window and see if anything's approaching. But here, no, not really. Especially because my bed isn't by the window anymore. Ever since I rearranged my room. So, months ago. I'll probably rearrange it again for summer, because I liked that the old layout, my bed was by the window. But, like, with airflow, I can't really have the old layout, because my room gets horrible airflow. I've mentioned this a ton of times in videos, so I'm not going to explain it again. But anyway, so the reason why I'm in kind of a good mood today is, if you don't, I've mentioned it a few times, not a lot, but a few. But I am homeschooled, and I have been since fall of 2024. And I do an online program for homeschooling, and I'm not going to be homeschooled until I graduate. I'm going to be homeschooled till I catch up on my school assignments, because when I say I failed every single class last year, I mean I failed almost every single class. I think I needed 7 credits, or I think I needed 8 credits. I failed 7. So yeah, I kind of backed myself into a corner, and I'm not going to get into a lot of stuff because a lot of it's really personal, and I privated a lot of my a lot of videos on my personal life, because I realized it's like, in fact, I have a video, it's saved onto my laptop, which is the most personal video I ever get on, most personal video I've ever recorded. I recorded it the other day, and there's no guarantee it'll ever be uploaded. I have it there in case if I ever decide to upload the video, because of how personal it is. I like that the grass is growing here. And so eventually, someday, you'll find out whether or not it gets uploaded or not. But for now, it's on my computer. But I'm in a good mood. Because one thing I hate about online is that or like my plan is get caught up and then go back to in-person. Once I get caught up, which is like I can only get back to in-person. I now know for sure I need 4 more credits when I write this school essay, which I'm honestly just considering doing ChatGPT. I know that's cheating, but I hate writing school essays, and I hate doing homework at home. And so it's a double negative, which does not equal a positive, but it equals hell. I hate it. So yeah, I probably won't do ChatGPT, but I'm considering it because, oh my god, it sucks writing an essay, especially when you're homeschooled. And so my plan is next quarter to go back to in person, so that I could be with my friends. I want a social life. My mental health is suffering because I'm doing online. And I don't want to get into the details of it, but it's a lot. I'd only recommend ever doing online if you do not care about having a social life, or if you physically cannot go to in-person school, or if you've failed all your classes like I did. Now, I'm using the same online program my brother used. And my brother was able to finish his final 2 years of high school in 6 months. Yeah. Like I said, I want to have a social life. And my friend, I sat down to watch some TV with my mom, because she got my brother's Paramount Plus subscription. And so then, actually no, before then, I was eating pizza from a local takeout restaurant that is like 300 feet from where I live. And all of a sudden, my friend, who I'll make a fake name for, Carson. So Carson calls me, and he's like, "Hey, could you do me a favor? Could you pick up a pizza from local pizza joint, the same place that I'm eating at?" I'm like, "Okay, that's funny. I'm eating at the same place." Why is that playing? Didn't mean to do that. Someone replied to a comment that I did on a video of queso. But anyway, that's off topic. So, back on topic. So he explained to me. He was doing concessions, and no one there was able to. He was doing concessions at the. What was it? It was some kind of sports game at the school, and they had ordered pizzas so that they could sell it at the concessions game, or sell for concessions at the game, and they didn't have anybody to pick it up, or maybe they had someone to pick it up but they weren't able to. I don't know, but he called me saying that they had. Ooh, that's good chance. But he called me saying that they already ordered it and wondering if I could pick it up, and I was like, yeah, I just have to have, because I don't have my license yet. I only have my driver's permit. And so I was like, yeah, if it's okay with my mom. Yeah, my mom was okay with it. So then I dropped it off. They were like, thank you. And if you're wondering, there was a teacher there, but I assume she just couldn't leave them alone legally. And so then I was like, you know what, I got nothing going on tonight, and I miss talking with you guys. Mind if I just hang around and bother you? So I did. For the rest of their working concessions. So from like 6:10 all the way to like 7:45. And even though it was just really talking with them, I didn't help them or anything. It really helped me mentally because I haven't gotten to see my friends very much recently. It's just when you're doing online and you have friends, it sucks. And I don't want to get too deep into how it's affecting me, but it's oh my god. It sucks and it really takes a toll on me mentally. And so even if I was just chatting, it was the happiest I've been for a few weeks. So I'm in a particularly good mood today because of that. And it's currently 10:30. So that was 2 hours ago, roughly. A little over when I left. Then I also started my first day at my second job, where I work at an auto repair. But I don't actually repair the cars, I just clean them out. Which, I'm not going to complain, it's a second job. That's all I care. Ooh, what's that? Piercing. I'll grind it off. So we're going to do something other than fishing today. Because that's all I did last episode. That I didn't record. Or that I didn't upload. I recorded it, just didn't upload it. But if we get 30 XP... Ooh, fishing rod again. Nice. I do want to get a lot of fishing rods that I can just grind off, though. Because then... I'll have to check what the fishing rod is. Because then if I get a lot of them, I could just get a lot of XP. And so let's plop them in this barrel. That'll take it down to the automatic cooker. I can't remember which video I built that. Was it the one I titled Everything Goes Wrong, or the one before that? It's the last video or the video before that. I don't know. Can't remember. But anyway, let's... Anything I get that's Curse of Vanishing, I'm going to grind it off. So I'm breaking 3, Luck of the Sea 2, Luck of the Sea 3, and Mending. And then, let's look at these. So Luck of the Sea 2, Mending, Luck of the Sea 2, Lure. So this has Lure. So I'm going to grind off that. Grind off that. And then just do that because it's easier and I still get levels. Right? Yeah. Whoo! Nice! That was a lot. And with the Curse of Vanishing stuff, I'm just gonna chuck it into the ocean. Just screw the environment. Drown with the trident. Like, another thing about hanging around concessions is that oh, gave me a trident too. Nice. Um, another thing about me hanging around when my friends are doing concessions is um, I was wondering if anybody forgot I existed. Now, I'm also not going to get into a lot of the details about why, because again, it's very personal. But I was thinking, do a lot of my classmates even remember who I am? Do they remember I exist? And whenever someone like acknowledges my existence, it makes me happy. Isn't that sad? But like, one girl saw me standing there and asked me something. I can't remember what it was. But she said whatever. Oh, ooh, another trident too. Nice. But she, I'm gonna keep this separate actually from the other one. Or no, I'll combine it. But yeah, just someone acknowledging that I exist made me happy. It made me feel like I wasn't forgotten. So now I got a full unbroken trident. I I do want to rant a bit, but it's like you guys don't want to. Like you guys probably got sick of me complaining a bit. I imagine, or like talking about how I feel with doing online. But I just want to rant, get my feelings out a bit. So that's what I'm gonna do while this is on mute. Can you still hear me? Oh, barely. So I'll just double check if you guys were able to hear me. I'm just gonna rant. I accidentally turned one of my controllers on. I'm just gonna rant while I'm on mute. Alright, I finished my rant. I did it into an audio recorder that I have, so that I don't know. The audio will always be there. I have a few stuff recorded on there. So yeah. Not much that I have recorded on there, like a few things. Stuff I just record and never look at, pretty much. I'd rather get like a talk boy or something. Something that's actual physical media. Hold on. Now that I think about it, how much is a talk boy on eBay? I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole, aren't I? So. What bow is that? Flame! Nice! That's what I need. That's what I want. Also, I have enough Nautilus shells for another conduit. But I don't need another conduit at this time, so I'll just put it in here. So yeah. Let's check eBay, because now I'm curious. eBay. Jesus. $410, $225, $350, $260, $130, $117, $80. That one's works, but not like one. Oh, so this one's $21.50, 19 bids, 11 hours remaining on it, $12.30 delivery. It says it works, but not like it once did. Replacement battery, $100, $95. Jeez. Who's paying that much for a freaking talk boy? People who are a word that I cannot say on YouTube. I don't know. It's like, I don't really get offended by words, so. If someone were to say it to me, I wouldn't really care. But, like, I know I cannot say it on YouTube. But it's a word that means dumb. Pretty much. So let's just leave it at that. It's a word that means dumb. Speaking of dumb, I do not pick up on social cues. I'm working on it. Like, when I mentioned earlier that I went to go see a visit with my friends who were doing concessions, they started the Star Spangled Banner, and the teacher was like, "Trevor." And I go, "Oh yeah, right, sorry." And then I just stood there, tilting my head at like a 90-degree angle while straining my eyes to look even further at the flag. And I just didn't turn around for some stupid reason, and then my eyes and neck hurt for a bit afterwards. Like, I'm working on social cues, picking up on social cues. I suck at it, but I'm working on it. An example is with the show The Arrow. I'm going to do what I did last time I did spoilers for The Arrow. I'm going to set myself a timer for 60 seconds. And so if you do not want spoilers for The Arrow, skip ahead. This is The Arrow Season 5, I think. Yeah. The Arrow Season 5. So if you have not seen The Arrow Season 5, skip ahead. Skip ahead 60 seconds, starting now. So anyway, the arrow, with Laurel coming back to life, when they made you think Laurel came back to life, but it was actually Black Siren, I didn't know it was Black Siren, but I was thinking to myself, she doesn't act like Laurel. I think something's up. And I was right when it was revealed that. And so that's an example of me working on social cues. And it's simple things like body language that I'm also working on that I'm also trying to do. Like people going or people standing in a certain way, basically telling them to finish up what you're talking. So that's what I'm kind of working on. So yeah. Welcome back, people who didn't want to get Arrow Season 5 spoilers. I only used like 30 seconds of it. I thought I would use more, but in that 30 seconds, all I did was talk about examples of me picking up on social cues better. Like body language. Also, let's check what that bow is. Power 4 and Punch 2. I'm probably keeping that. Oops. Let me do that. So like I said, we are going to do something other than fishing today. I just want to fish for a bit. I'll stop when I get to level 24. Because we're going to explore the map a little bit more. You know, when I mentioned one of my friends doing concessions, like I mentioned about a small Discord server I'm in and the person who owns it, and I mentioned she, and he goes, "It's a woman?" Oh, that's a woman? A reference to the Lorax. I don't know, his head is just full of memes. His brain is just 90% memes. Mine is 90%. Well, it's a word that I've seen used on a Nickelodeon show. So I don't know, boobs. I don't know, it's just that I don't want to get something, even though I don't get monetized, I don't want to do something on my channel that could affect something. Because I do hope to get monetized someday on YouTube. So that's why I was like, is it a word I can say? It was on a Nickelodeon show. Oops! And then there was a whole game theory video about it. I'm kind of known as the horny one in the group chat, because I make a bunch of horny jokes, and so when I post in the group chats a picture of all the... Ooh! And now we're at level 24, too. Posted a picture in the group chat of my CD collection, and I go, my CD's nuts collection. And my friend, who I'll call fake name Marcus goes, "Trevor, quit being so horny. I swear, the next time you send something horny, I will send exactly what you're saying." And I go, and then I say, "Okay, I like boobies." And he never sent it. And then at concessions today, he told me the same thing, and I'm like, "Yeah, you never sent it though." So anyway, I didn't even check what this is. Ooh, feather falling. That's a good one. Keeping that. Oops. And then because this has Curse of Vanishing on it, I'm going to put it in one of the barrels. just in case if I die. It's going right in here. Anyway, I don't know why I do that. Just wanted to check if my dog was sleeping. He's so adorable sleeping. Anyway, let's take a shortcut. I sure hope I don't die and lose all my levels, though, because I've been wanting to get Silk Touch for a while. Right, I just noticed that the little green speck that showed our island on this map is no longer there. I still know where the island is. There's some pixels that shows where it is, where it's elevated land, but it doesn't show the green like it used to. I'm also going to turn up the brightness so that I can see. One thing I do not like about the camera app thing is that I have to manually adjust the brightness. Oh, skeleton. Yeah, skeleton. I drowned. I hate this game. I hate dying to everything. Salmon. You know, there's this one town. The county that I live in has only one traffic light, and it's in the county seat. And the traffic light sucks. It always stumps me for whatever reason, and something will always happen. Ooh, a rune right there. Kind of cool looking. But something always happens, and so I always will mess up on something, but never gotten into an accident there, surprisingly, because it sucked that much. It always stumps me when I'm driving, to the point where the driver's instructor was even like, "Dude, how are you not getting this?" I'm like, "I don't know." I'm not going to say what town it is, obviously, because then you'll figure out what county I live in. But, its traffic light sucks. And then, here's something really funny. There was this movie. I'm not going to say what movie it is, because then you'll also figure out where I live. But it was a big movie, and it had a phone number in it that said to call whatever it was. And I never watched the movie. I heard this from my mom, and she Googled it to double check. And apparently, the phone number shown in the movie was the phone number for the hotel right across the road from me. Now, I live in a town of like 500 people. It's a very small hotel. I just fell there. Yeah. I've never been inside it, but it's a very small hotel. But I saw them listing mini fridges on Facebook Marketplace when I was browsing for a mini fridge before I eventually realized my brother had one and asked if I could have it. He was like, sure. But like the phone number, when they were making the movie, they were told that the number that they were going to use was not a phone number in use, but they were wrong. Very wrong. Kind of reminds me of Squid Game having that phone number in it that belonged to a man in South Korea. It's like this small little town I live in doesn't have a lot going on. The main thing that it has that I absolutely love is it has an outdoor swimming pool. 9 feet deep. Most swimming pools around here in Minnesota are like 5 feet deep on average. At the deepest I've ever seen at a hotel I've stayed at is like 6 feet. And when I went to Cape Cod in June, the timeshare I stayed at had a pool that overlooked the ocean that was 8 feet deep. So a 9-foot deep pool isn't very common. The only other places I can name that have pools that deep or deeper than that are like colleges and high schools and middle schools. Because like the middle school in my hometown, which is a fairly big town, it's bigger than the capital of South Dakota, but that's not saying much. But like the middle school, high school, and college all have like 12 foot, all have a pool that is 12 feet deep. And I've been in the high school a bit, and I'm kind of like, man, why didn't I go here? But like the town I currently live in, the main thing about it is the pool. Because like, I haven't gone there frequently for a while. Because last summer I went there a few times. The summer before that I went literally once. But the summer before that I went almost every single day for the entire summer. Is that pixel gonna load? Or is it just... Okay, there we go. But then there's also a famous baseball player that's from my town that I currently live in. And there's a plaque at both the new school and the old school of said famous baseball player. And I noticed it when I went to the school today. The new school. It's new as in it was built in like 2004 or something. But there was a plaque of him with newspaper clippings and his baseball shirt. Now, one thing about him, though, is that he never had kids. But in this small little town of 500 people, there are people who have the same last name as him. Now, what are the odds of having the same last name, but not being related? I couldn't find anything on his family tree. But I'm willing to bet a pretty penny that the people who I'm talking about are related to him. Alright, this is going to be stupid. Geronimo! Oh, that was close. That actually worried me for a second. Also, I didn't even notice there was lava somewhere on top of that mountain. Because of the little red spot. Like, I'm not related to any famous people that I know of. Um, so yeah. And like, um, this is this is where my mom's side of the family is from. And so when usually someone like someone will notice me, they're like, "What's your name?" I say Trevor, because that's my real name. Oh, village here, nice. Didn't know that. Wow. They're like, "What's your last name?" And I'm not gonna say my last name because I'd rather not. So let's just say my last name is Trevor. So Trevor, who's your dad? I tell them my dad. And they're like, who's your mom? I tell them my mom's name, and they're like, oh, I went to school with your mom. That's how most of the interactions go. I'm not joking. Or, I went to school with your grandma. Those are one of the two scenarios that come. But, like, someone told me, he's like, are you, my mom's name, son? I'm like, yeah. He goes, oh, you look just like her. And I'm like, wow, I have never been told that. In fact, I've been told I look nothing like my mom. Because, like, if I had a nickel for every time someone told me I looked like my dad, I would be richer than Jeff Bezos. And I'm not exaggerating. I've been told I look like my dad a lot. That's true. I used to not see it for years. Ooh, iron sword, I'm taking that. And gold, and obsidian. Nice. Well, like, if I were to show a picture of my dad, you guys would probably be like, God, you look like your dad. First I used to be flattered, now I kind of am like, just go on, say I look like my dad. Like when I first introduced my friend, who I'll call Barry, because that's... He kind of... When he had longer hair, he looked like Barry Gibb from the Bee Gees. Which, if you don't know, Staying Alive, the lead singer for the song Staying Alive. He kind of looked like Barry Gibb from the Bee Gees, so we've jokingly called him Barry a few times. But anyway, when I first introduced Barry to my parents, or my dad and stepmom to be exact, because his dad actually works with my mom, and I didn't find that out till after I became good friends with him. Just randomly. It's a small world. But like I said, here's my dad, here's my stepmom. Notice how I look like my dad. But I haven't seen Barry for a while. He's the friend who got his phone taken away. And what I was told was that he got it taken away because he didn't have a phone case on it. Which, his parents are pretty strict, but even for strict parents, that's a ridiculous reason. But I don't know if that's really the case, that's just what I was told. I don't know if that's the phone case. No, please, hold your laughter for the end of the video. Anyway, that's part of the map. That's that part of the map filled in. We still have a lot more to do. But for now, I'm going home. But anyway, so yeah, like, I just expect people to be like, hold on, you're gonna say I look like my dad, don't you? It's like my dad and I were in Aldi the other day, and he ran into someone who he saw someone that he worked with, and she says, "You look, I can tell that you're his son." And some weird traits about me is that I can eat really fast. Like, really fast. Because, my friend who, he doesn't look like any celebrity that I can name. So I don't know what to call him for a fake name. Carson. I think, didn't I use that fake name earlier in the video? It's the same one who called me about the pizza. But anyway, I stayed over at Carson's house once, and his mom got takeout for us from a local bar. Well, not bar, restaurant, actually. No, yeah, I think it was a bar. I don't know, one of the two. His family actually used to own it before it burnt down and then got rebuilt. Yeah, it's kind of cool. My uncle used to own a restaurant that is now an Ace Hardware. And the reason why he doesn't own it anymore is because it got too expensive to sell alcohol because he was a newer salesperson or whatever. I'm gonna take the sugar cane too. But like, his mom ordered the burger, or the burgers for us, burgers and fries. And I stood in the kitchen eating it. He was like, "You can come and sit down." I'm like, "No, I finish. I eat so quickly, it doesn't even matter." So he left to the living room. Then he came back into the kitchen like a minute later. I was done with my burger. I eat so fast. Like, we joke that Barry Gibbs... we joke about everyone having a Weird Al Yankovic theme song or something. We joke about Barry Gibbs being... We joke about Barry's being Eat It by Weird Al. In reality, I'm Eat It. Because, well, my theme song in the friend group, jokingly, is Weird Al Yankovic's Fat. And even I poke fun at it. I'm like, alright, what celebrity do I look like? Now you can't say Queso. And the reason why is because he's too skinny. Self-deprecation, comedy gold. Yeah, we make jokes about each other. That's what friends do. Let's just put this in there. And then I hopefully will remember it. Anywho. I'm just kind of looking at how it sounds. It's like, yeah, that shows up really loud, I guess, on here. I'm moving my microphone stand around. Like, because the vibrations travel through the microphone stand to the microphone. So you guys probably hate me for doing that. I'm funny. Laugh at my terrible jokes. Oh, so these records, I'm gonna... Oh no, I already have copies of them in there. So that's why I had them in here. Eventually, I want to create a record farm. I'm going to use the creeper. I'm going to make a creeper farm, and then a record, and then attach it to a record farm so that I could get records. And because it's on an island, I think it'd be pretty easy to make one. Because there won't be spawn radius everywhere. I don't know. One that I saw that was pretty simple was lure a skeleton, get it trapped in this piston contraption so that it'll be stuck there. And then name tag it, and then lure a creeper into another piston contraption. And then boom. For my main Minecraft world, that's what I do for my record farm. I have a record farm that also converts into a gunpowder farm. And because I have way too much records from that farm now, because I have it hooked up to a creeper farm too. It's inside my... I'll show you guys what I'm talking about on the main Minecraft world. Because it's a creeper farm that is hooked up to it that also... I can switch between whether or not I want it as a gunpowder farm or a record farm. And I just keep it as a record farm typically because I have a lot of records and it's connected to my record store. Which the record store is connected to the clock tower because that's the main... I just put it in the clock tower because in Minecraft you don't need a clock tower. The clock tower is just two businesses run out of it, the fireworks store and the record store, because both use creepers, and that's where I have the creeper farm. So if this will load. Reddit story. Anyway, here we are. Wow, organized inventory. Haven't seen that before. I haven't seen that for a while. So this is my main Minecraft world that I've spent a lot of time on, and I love it. And all those pistons there are for the... Oh yeah. Is it cheating to have a command block system like that? I've done a few cheats in this world. A lot, actually. One of them is that command thing where it's a command block connected to a daylight sensor on top of the clock tower. Which means that I don't get radius a lot, and so it's only until it gets back into chunks that it works. So this is the record store. It's way too big for what it has. But yeah. These are all the records I have. Yeah. And so, got hair in my mouth. There we go. It's no longer in my mouth. I just put a Kleenex in my tongue. Kind of gross. But anyway, here's the automatic creeper farm. Now, currently, right now, should be functioning. Right? Is there a creeper or something? Huh. Oh no, there's a cat up there. But like, this is my automatic creeper farm. Unless if difficulty is off or something. Oh no, difficulty couldn't be off because... You know, speaking of which, I'm going to turn it to hard mode, actually. Because I want a challenge. Means I'm going to have to light up my floating island. Oh, there's a creeper. So it comes down here. And it collects the gun... Or so it dies, and then collects the gunpowder in the chest. Now, how I turn it to a record farm is I flick that, which dispenses water. Flick this, which opens up where the skeleton is. Flick this, which opens up these. So then the skeleton will want to shoot me, shooting the creeper. Record. Forget which ones need to be flicked twice. But Chirp, that's Stampy Longhead's favorite one. And it is a nice one. And let's put it in. There it is. I had them all in individual chests until I realized that take up way too much storage. So then I just put them all in one chest. I do have to organize it every time I get a new record, though. Yeah, I also, I organized these by, how records are in real life. 13 and Cat are $15, which there are a lot of like common records that are largely produced. I'll change that to 20. Because that's more accurate to real life record prices. While the more special records, the not as common ones, meaning, so this is Cat and 13, have it listed as $15, but now change it to 20, or 15 emeralds. And all the way from here to here being $30, which is the average price. And then these more specialty ones, rarer ones, the ones that are not C418, Lena Rain, Aaron Sheriff, or I don't remember all these. Those I have listed as 50 emeralds. Now, they'd probably be closer to 60, but I just have it as 50. Which does sound about right, because how much you have to go through to get one. So yeah, this is my main Minecraft world. I love it. I'm happy to be showing you guys it in this video, because it's great. Also, I gotta get rid of some of the snow over here, because it's I'm ready for winter to be over. I started it for Christmas. Now Christmas is over, so I'm ready for winter to be over. And, I built a giant snowman. And I built a giant Christmas tree also for Christmas. And I was going to do more. I was going to build like a Santa's village type thing. But I never got around to it, and I was going to do more with the Christmas tree, but I like I said, I never got around to it. And so I just removed it. And the only thing that still stands is the igloo I built, and I still have it because I built the underground too. Stupid Bedrock Edition. There we go. If you want me to eat food, I don't have any besides one loaf of bread. But yeah, I also built this. I took this from inspiration from another YouTube video that I saw. But like, so unless if I were to cover it up, I can't get rid of the igloo. I'll figure something out eventually. Like, I haven't really been playing on my main Minecraft world that much. Yeah, and that's because I've been doing this video. Or these videos. And honestly, I am kind of ready to stop recording. So I'm gonna, because it's 11:30 for me. I'm kind of ready to get to bed, and so I'm going to stop recording. So that I can get to bed, relax. Short video compared to the other videos I've done. What is the shortest video I have done in this series? Quick answer. The first one, 25 minutes and 44 seconds. And so yeah. Because then the second one was an hour and a half. Third one was 54 minutes. Fourth one didn't get uploaded. Fifth one was an hour and 14. Sixth one was 1 minute and 24 seconds. 1 hour and 24 minutes. Then seventh one was 2 hours and 10 minutes. Eighth one was 2 hours and 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours for the ninth one. And the eighth one, I don't think I mentioned that was the eighth one. 10th one, 2 hours. And then 11th one, 2 hours and 19 minutes. 12th one, hour and 10 minutes. 13th one, 2 hours. And 14th one, an hour and 50 minutes. So this would slot right with the... slot right in between... episodes. It's shorter than part 5. Longer than part 3. So yeah. Anyway, stopping the video here because I'm tired. Ready to go to bed, so bye.